Santa Barbara baker here, baking up a pizza on a batch of my signature sourdough, newly updated recipe. I'm at 48 hours of cold fermentation on the dough right now. Popped a dough ball out about $3 hours ago, not $3. Let that thing come to room temperature. Always temper that dough. It's gonna give you better results on the bake. The dough handled really nicely, stretched up really nice. We'll see how that leoparding comes in. I feel, after a little bit of a cold fermentation, day 2, 48 hours, we usually start looking really good. I'm seeing some of it pop up. We got a 3 cheese pizza going on here. Fontina, fresh mozzarella, and some parm. Keeping an eye on it here. I'm thinking of maybe going in here for a first turn. That bubble looking a little sketch, but I see it darkening a little. Maybe don't want it to burn on that back edge there. That back left corner of the Ooni Koda 16 is always super hot. Look at that. So far, so good. Classic cheese pizza. It smells absolutely delicious. So my dough recipe here, you can use it totally on the same day. I love doing that. I feel like it maybe even tastes the best like that. More of a classic flavor with the sourdough. As time goes on, you can even start getting some off flavors. If you're using yeast, as the time moves on, it gets even better, I feel like. But sourdough, that first day is amazing. Second day too, but I eat pizza every day. But I don't want to make dough every day. So I stick it in the fridge. That's why I'm doing my cold fermentation, using it over. This pizza dough can last up to a week. You can see though, as it starts to go on, it'll start to break down a little bit. Be more difficult to stretch. You might even rip it. But today it's looking really nice on the 48 hours. I was hoping to see a little more leoparding, but I think my stretch kind of goobed it a little bit and pushed out more air than I like. But look at that. It's baking up really nice. Maybe a little excess flour here, but look at that spotting there, browning up really good. A big fat bubble in the back there. Careful not to burn that thing. I'm just gonna keep it turning here. Look at that, starting to crisp up. Smells so good. At this point, after I do one full rotation, I like to just kind of start getting this pizza spinning. I just want to brown up the crust at this point, but it does have a tendency to burn. You can see it already starting there. So I'm going to keep it moving as we crisp it. Definitely too light on the crust so far. The bottom's looking really nice though. Peeping under there a little bit. This thing looks like it's in the home stretch though, possibly. I like more browning though, so we're going to keep it going. Like a crispy bake on this one. I can feel it. That's another thing you can do with your pizza turning peel. As you're baking, start picking up, you can feel it kind of sag there in the center. You're not going to have a crispy bite when you're feeling that. But as you let it bake longer, you can start feeling that firm up a little bit. All good signs that your pizza's about done. Look at this thing looking so nice. Trippy, quite a bit different than yesterday. I think it actually has more to do with the stretch than the dough on this one. But looking really nice. Maybe a little pale there too, letting this thing finish. Being careful not to burn it. Like at that backside right over here, looking sketchy for sure. It smells so good. This might be one of those ones you put the little crushies on there, the crushed red pepper. Don't ever let your delivery guy forget those. Always a bummer when they do. Looking so dang. Be careful not to burn this thing. I know some people will say it's burnt, but we like it crispy around here. And I like my crust brown, not all pale, super white. We like a nice crisp brown all the way around. That's how we do it at Santa Barbara Baker. Look at that thing, so dang. I don't mind a little bit of char here and there. That's just the style I like. You like it lighter? Just bake it lighter. It's all up to you. That's the beauty part about pizza. Look at this thing, so nice. Being careful, checking the bottom here. Looking really good. Still a little pale for me though. I keep it spinning here. That little part finishing up. Look at that, looking pretty nice. You can always kind of hang it off the side here if you're sketched. It's burning too much, but I haven't found it to be too much of a problem in this oven. The more you get it down, looking really nice. Looks like a little bit of burning there. I think it's looking really good here. Finishing this thing up. I think that's just some excess flour possibly on there. That's causing that color. I like the, like I keep saying, that nice even golden brown. With some leoparding going on. This thing is gotta be almost done though. Let's pull it out and take a look. Look at that thing. It looks pretty dank to me. This is kind of your classic cheese pizza baked up 48 hours of cold fermentation on my sourdough recipe. That's up on SantaBarbaraBaker.com. I don't know if you guys can see the bottom here. Put it onto the rack for a second. Let it hang out. I always like to let the pizzas chill on the rack. Let that crust set up a little bit. We'll see if we can peep a little look on the bottom here. Take a look here, you know. I wish I would have got a little more leopardine. That could have been, like I said, this stretch or something a little off on here, but the leopardine was really distinct yesterday. This is a little bit different, but overall looking really good because we're going kind of for more of that classic cheese pizza look, like a New York style, but I ain't calling it like this because you ain't baking New York style in your Ooni. But this thing looks super bomb. I'm gonna get this thing hand on, slice it up. But I hope you enjoy this one. My recipes are up on SantaBarbaraBaker.com. That's where you can find all my dough recipes and pizza recipes. I'm Santa Barbara Baker on Instagram. Give me a follow on there. I love you all. Keep making pizza, dreaming about pizza. Check this thing out. So delicious. One love.